I'm out here today because I want to address oblivious naysaying. One thing that I've found that's absolutely fucking unbelievable when it comes to naysayers in the world about certain things, naysayers about God, naysayers about Nofap, naysayers about what the human being is capable of, naysayers, about, just pretty much everything on the planet. All these naysayers, what a lot of them have in common is they take the exact fucking thing that makes the practice actually work, and they somehow manage to use that as proof that it doesn't work. Let me give you an example. Semen retention. A lot of these people they're naysayers of semen retention, they say one of the most stupid motherfucking things I've ever heard. A couple things, actually. One thing that they say, and I've seen this argument before, they say that when you retain semen, get a load of this shit. Nothing happens at all. The sperm just dies and is reabsorbed into the body. Dude, that's the goddamn point. The whole fucking point of this shit is not necessarily that those little tadpoles down there has some kind of special thing about them. It's that when you don't waste the energy by ejaculating, your energy isn't being used to create new sperm cells constantly. Oh, dumb motherfuckers learning something. Yeah, that's the whole point, bitch ass. They say stuff like, oh, I don't know, fruitarianism is pointless because, I don't know, some kind of dumb shit. Like we're not being cleaned on fruitarianism, and that fruit isn't going to cure cancer, and it's not going to help heal your symptoms and stuff. Once again, no shit, honey. The point of fruitarianism is that all of this other shit that you eat that's getting in the way of your gosh damn body is not constantly going into your face hole, and your body is not having to deal with it. It's not being worn out with digestion all the damn time. And so your body has more vitality and more energy to do the shit it really needs to do, and even have excess energy left over. Now, let me give you the same kind of example when it comes to this number system I came up with, because I have been hearing some naysayers, some no shit honeys on this too. They say that in the modern day, what's the point in having a base 120, something of that effect. I've even heard this argument that you would have to have a base 1,200 in order for it to work properly, yada yada, blah blah blah. They always come up with these silly arguments. Let me explain the significance of base 120. Okay, I'm not saying that base 10 is bad. I'm not saying base 12 is bad, but what I am saying is that base 120 is more informative, because 120 is a very composite number, and many other very composite numbers are easy to recognize the pattern of in base 120. 120 is a 1 with a 0, 240 is a 2 with a 0, 180 is a 1, followed by a 60, which is half. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why. And another thing is that base 120, I've heard these people say that in order to have the most divisible number that would be the most practical thing, you would have to have something like 1200. Well, the point of a base 120 is to keep it as square as possible. And believe it or not, one of the most important things about a base, in my opinion, is not the base itself, but what I refer to as a gigabase. What is a gigabase? Well, if you use base 2, your gigabase is 4. If you use a base 3, your gigabase is 9. If you use a base 15, your gigabase is 225. Need I say more? Well, if you was going to have a number system based on 120, then your hundreds, aka your percent, would be that of 14,400. Now, this is a better square version of the number 12,000. Why do I say better? Because it has significantly more factors than 12,000, and it can easily be represented in base 120 as a 1 followed by 2 zeros. And just imagine, you know, how many different ways you could divide a number like 14,400. A lot easier than you could divide a number like 100. I do think fractions are important, and they're important to study and whatnot, but a lot of these no shit honey arguments about everyday things is absurd. It's really fucking absurd. And I mean, all these people, they're all a bunch of no shit honeys. You know, what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson. He pulled a no shit honey. He said that gender is an idea in our head, so it doesn't matter what we call people, because we identify as this and we identify as that, and that makes it real enough. Buddy, the whole point is that we have a sex. Okay? You can make your gender whatever the hell you want as long as you don't try to enforce that on other people. That's such a no shit honey argument. Because abstract gender was never the argument to begin with. The argument was that sexes have differences. The male sex is stronger than the female sex, and they can easily take advantage of the female sex in a sport. You know? There's no shit honey arguments about the existence of God, and this is going to be the last one. These people saying that God doesn't exist, that's already a no shit honey, because God, of course, would have to be the source of existence, because God is transcendent. And they say there is no physical evidence for some higher being existing. That's such a no shit honey argument, because first of all, actually there is. And secondly, even if there wasn't, the ultimate say at the end of the day of whether such a being exists or not, if this being is above and beyond our material understanding of what reality is, then what in the flying fuck makes you think that the entire existence of this thing can be represented in the reality in which we are currently in, that only merely emanates from such a reality? The entire argument is that you lose the argument. So it's a no shit honey argument. And that's pretty much all I had to say about no shit honey arguments. They're everywhere. Watch out for them. This country is embarrassingly and shamefully full of shit.